It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Yeah. Southside, nigga. Y'all know what's going on, man. Real shit. Hey. Ain't no way to stop it when a nigga poppin'. Pull up, start a problem, I got plenty options. Homies from the project, we done turn it topic. I got bennies in my wallet, fuck your all I got is all I could get. Flooded the nine and I flooded my wrist. Tell me I rap for the glamour and glitz. Got on my shit, now they run me on list. Filling my pocket, I'm taking a trip. Call me a genie, I'm filling my wish. When it come down to me and get in my bag, I gotta get it, I pay for the lift. I got a baby, we coming legit. Roll with the bit now. I need my cut like fit now. Buddy got shot like Sam Car. Married to the game like in-laws. Do what I please, move with the breeze, right to believe. Shawty, she love me, she coming to tease. Ready the haters, we cutting the weeds. Give me my space, oh man. Got me a taste, oh man. Flooded the face, I'm running the race, I cover the bases, all down. Nigga, don't try me, I'm on my square. Cardiac diamonds, I want me a pill. Treat all this money like I got a meal. Everything closer than it might appear, yo. Bitch, I got my mask on now, watch your germs here. I've been getting paid since the first time on my third tip. Popping on the net, fuck a local, I got turf here. Fucking with the squad, we gon' put y'all in some merch, yeah.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this afternoon. In this video, we're going to be getting into Baby Keem, who's got a new interview out with LC, okay? Which I think is really dope. LC's been doing really great work, especially, you know, sitting down with folks like Schoolboy Q, Punch from TDE, now Baby Keem. And she's one of the people on social media who shares opinions, but also tries to keep it centrally located into the music, the musical quality, the rhymes, the beats, the storytelling, the elements that actually comprise the composition of the music. She doesn't really get so much involved in the personal aspect. You know, she'll comment on the beef, she'll comment on, you know, contradictory statements and things like that, but she doesn't let that cloud her judgment, at least from the outside looking in, on how she actually evaluates what we're hearing. So she does a really good job. She's one of the few journalists out here that's like, you know, doing her own thing. She also does work with Revolt, but she also has her own platform that she's building from the ground up. And it seems to be working out. I'm glad that people are giving this Black woman, you know, the opportunity to interview top artists and show her chops. You know what I mean? So one of the topics of the conversation in the interview came in the form of her asking about the big three. Now, she didn't do it from a malicious standpoint. She was asking Keem, you know, if he had aspirations of leveling up to become part of the big three, or to be like a part of the next big three. And he had a pretty interesting answer where he basically says that's not on his agenda at all. He wants to be one of the best, one of the greatest musicians of all time. The big three is basically not big enough for him. And then he goes on to say that he feels he's better than members of the current big three, which is definitely a very interesting comment to make. Okay. Now, this interview is an hour long. I'm not going to do the work of sitting through the entirety of it today, but I will play a few different clips from the interview so that we don't just watch the big three thing, because there are some other points that he made about the album and, you know, his mental health and things like that going into the Casino project. So we will play some of that, but if you want to get the whole thing, it's on LC's YouTube channel. It's over an hour long. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot to be discovered in that interview. All right. So in this post, it says, earlier this year, Baby Keem was featured on Spotify's Leader of the Next Gen list. I asked him if he wants to be a part of the new generation's big three. The quote here says, "No, I think it's a cop-out. I wanna be one of the greatest of all time. I think I'm better than members of the current big three. Let's play it.
One question I was gonna ask you is that Spotify put out this current state of rap, leaders of the new gen thing a couple of months ago, and you were on there. And, you know, that list was polarizing. I don't think because of you. I think just because of just everything around it. But I was gonna ask you, do you wanna be that figurehead? Like a leader of the new generation, like big three of the new generation? Is that something that you wanna be?
No. I think it's like a cop-out. I think people should just stop saying that like music is. Let me reframe that. I'm gonna say no still, but no because
Okay.
it's you're putting like boundaries on it. That's like saying like I want to be like one of the greatest of all time.
So not just like
Yeah, like the new
this-
generation thing. Like I think I'm better than members of the current big three. Like it's like you know what I'm saying.
You know
Like
what,
there's
you
no.
you gotta think that way about yourself and your art.
Yeah, I mean, like you're not telling me. I don't view it that way. I never did view it like that. Like I never viewed it like yes, there's age and there is a new generation, like for sure. But like, should we be competing?
We're all
be
on the same playing
the
field.
best of like the weakest, or should we be? I don't want to be the best of like the weakest. I want to be the best of the best. Like.
Of all.
Yeah, you know,
respect
so
it.
and that should be the mentality of everybody coming up. Whoever else is on that list, like, shouldn't have that same mentality. I feel like, but like for me, like, yeah, I think you have your peers for sure,
Yeah.
and but that's like perspective because it could be people on that list. I don't really consider anyone on that list like my peers, you know. So it's all like that's my perspective, right? So, like, yeah, I think that I don't want to be the face of
Anything.
that
New gen.
concept. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I want to be the greatest artist I can be, and so
No boxes.
yeah, no boxes. I can go. I'll say this too, like to even kind of hone it in for the people that kind of don't understand, like what I'm trying to say. I didn't necessarily think that I could win a Grammy until I got signed, but I didn't think I could get signed until people started liking my music. Like, so my ambition grew. You know what I'm saying? As like, and so I didn't want a Grammy until I thought it was possible, right? And so I truly think it's possible for me to be like one of the greatest artists. So I'm like.
I like that mentality.
So it's like I want to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
That last point, I actually really like. It's a very human answer and a very different perspective than one would generally say in an interview, but I think it's really at the core of a lot of people who may, you know, downplay themselves or, you know, their aspirations. They may kind of play smaller, however you view it, right? But because he says, I never thought that I could get signed until people started liking my music. So when he was just making music and, you know, figuring it out, it was just like, this is something I enjoy doing. I think I might be getting good at it. I'm tinkering with it, but I don't know how far I could really go with this, right? I just know that this is what I'm doing. But then once people start pouring into you, you start feeling momentum. It's like, maybe I can go further than where I'm currently at. And maybe I could go further than that. You know what I mean? He says, I never thought I could get a Grammy, right? Until he got nominated and then he won one. You know what I'm saying? So it's like until it was something that was possible or something that was like the potential was there. Like, shit, I don't want no fucking Grammy. I ain't worried about no goddamn Grammy. You know, it's a lot of people that say that. You know? And some people that absolutely 1000% mean that. But at the same time, if you don't think that a Grammy or whatever that benchmark is, it doesn't have to be like a specific award. If you don't think that it's attainable, then why put energy into it, right? But I think that as you evolve, you start to see the possibilities and it makes you want to chase the possibilities and like go beyond So I get exactly where he's coming from. So then he's like, I don't want to be the face of the new gen. He said something interesting in there saying, I don't see these people as my peers. That's just how I view it, right? He even said he feels like he's better than current members of the current big three, which of course is the same big three that we've had for the last, I don't know, when did that become a term? 2012, 13, 14? I don't know what year exactly, but last decade. I'm quite sure he thinks he's better than Drake. I mean, that's an easy knockout. You know what I mean? And I don't mean easy knockout as in if you put accolades next to each other. Some people would say if you put the music next to each other, but easy knockout in terms of I'm quite sure he believes he's better than Drake, right? J. Cole, he may feel he better than Cole. Maybe. I would disagree, but hell, you're supposed to think you the nicest nigga in the world. We know he ain't better than Dot. But all that being stated, interesting points were made. All right, y'all. So on Inside the Industry, y'all know we talk about money management, having your business in order. And I got a solution for you if you need some help in that department, okay? I recently partnered up with a banking app called Current that allows you to get up to $750 of paycheck advance once you qualify within the app. Got a credit builder for you to get you up to 80 points in 6 months. If you do the right things, you get fee-free overdraft just in case you need a little extra padding. Get paid up to 2 days earlier with direct deposit on your payroll. Up to 4% bonus on savings pods. 24/7 live support. Sign up using my QR code and use code J Nolan, and you'll get a $75 bonus once you switch over your direct deposit. Just go through the normal sign up process, enter your information, and order your current card. Once you complete those steps, you put in my code J Nolan, and it's gonna unlock that $75 for you. All right? Don't say I never did nothing to help you, man. Now, personally, I like Baby Keem, but he's not my favorite artist. I wouldn't put him in the top, of the current landscape right now. I think Casino was a good offering. There were some records on there that I really liked, but my biggest critique of Baby Keem personally is just that, as a rapper, I want to hear him rap better. You know what I mean? I'm not a lyricist. He showed some of that, you know what I mean? But I just want to be able to like follow along and not be like confused at times where it's like, okay, he's just saying random shit. I don't know what he's talking about, or all this Wasim and all this different stuff. I don't know what the hell he's talking about when he goes into that. But anyway, I can understand his feeling of wanting to evolve, and over time, it's a marathon. When it's all said and done, I want to be seen as the big dog, you know what I'm saying? Or one of the big dogs that came into this. I just think that in order to get there, he's really going to have to lock in on his writing. You know what I'm saying? I think he did a good job of telling his story and talking about, his family dynamic, especially with the docuseries leading up into the album, and then being able to like speak on certain elements from what we saw in the docuseries in the album. You know what I mean? But again, there's just a bit to be explored there lyrically. That's all. But I like Keem. I think he has potential. He has a great ear for music. Beat selection is very very good. His ability to emote on records and make you feel where he's coming from and pay attention to him. He has those elements. You know what I'm saying? Just a couple things that could be refined. I mean, it's only his second album, so we'll see where he goes moving forward. Let's get to some other parts from the interview. So here in this clip, I didn't even know, but they actually go into his natural ear for music, which I was just saying a couple seconds ago about how he has a good ear for production and like commanding attention. So they say here, Baby Keem says his greatest strength is the natural ear for music he was blessed with. He says, I got a natural ear that got refined. When you go to the studio with the Kendricks, the Kanyes, whatever they play you will be good. because they just have a good general ear. I think that's kind of subjective with Kanye, but respect. He was on Donda, so I get it. If you ask those people to curate you a playlist, I doubt there would be one song that you don't like. I feel like I have that going for me more than anything.
I think I just have a natural ear that got refined. When you go to the studio with someone like the Kendricks, the Kanyes, 9 times out of 10, whatever they play you will be like good, right? Just because they just have like a general ear. And then whatever they're also listening to will probably be good. Like if you ask those people to go curate a playlist, I doubt it would be one song that you don't like in this playlist.
That's true.
Like I could probably bet money on it, right? I think there's like this undefined thing that I know about and that, some of my peers do know about, but I don't know if the listener knows. It's like an ear. Like you have to have a natural ear. I know that if I'm in the car and I'm putting something on aux, like 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be
something that people resonate with.
Someone's in here gonna be Shazamming my shit. So it's like, I feel like I have that thing going for me more than anything. I think I just have a natural ear.
And I will give him that because I was just saying that before we even got to this clip. So he does have that going for him. I also agree that that's probably his greatest strength. Because that's what stood out for him. You know what I mean? He be having some banging ass beats. He knows how to use his voice to command your attention, regardless of what it is that he's saying. And he knows how to find some interesting pockets within those beats to where you're following along. And it's like, you know when he's going in, but then there's moments where it's like, okay, you're losing me for like 10, 15 seconds. And then he comes back with some bars. It's like, okay, now I'm paying attention again. When he mentions Kanye, I don't want to make it seem like Kanye doesn't have a good ear for music because that would be a fucking lie. When I say that's debatable, I'm really thinking of current day versus who Kanye used to be. I think during Kanye's like heyday, if you look at dude from like 2001, 2 up to about 2013, I will be down for that ride 100% every time. You know what I'm saying? After that, up to now, it gets quite shaky. I remember when he was out here signing niggas and working and collabing with people and putting niggas on and doing mixtapes and, producing half the shit that was popping. That era, that nigga's ear was crazy because he had to find the samples. He had to do these different things. He had to like be the face of the music, even if certain stuff he wasn't 100% producing, but he had to put his stamp on it and know what worked and what was going to fit for an artist. Like that shit is crazy. It's crazy to even think about and match it up with the person who we have in front of us today, but that's neither here nor there. We'll continue. So here in this clip, they get into, Casino and who exactly the target audience was in creating that album.
I really wanted the kid that looked like me to listen to this. I would have headphones in listening to Chief Keef and like from Chief Keef to all these other artists. I would get off of the school bus and then I would just keep walking like in circles and not go home because I didn't want to go home. Right. So it's like, damn, how do you make an album for that kid?
For that type.
Yeah. Like I said, I was always going to make this album. So it wasn't a reaction on what people are doing.
Just a matter of, okay, it's now time to do that.
But yeah, it's time. And like, I have to actually I have to like refine my skills too. Like I had to learn something for this album. Like it wasn't like all right, let's just make this now. Like I had to like go to therapy. I had to like do so many things to just like even be able to like talk about those things openly without like crying or some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the whole point of being a musician to me, is like being vulnerable. And I mastered it, I think, with production. I think this album, I had to master it with the lyrical landscape and like even the delivery of it.
Last piece from the interview that I really want to go over is this one here, where he talks about his early influences to develop the Baby Keem flow, and doing Family Ties and all of that. I'm just going to go ahead and play this clip. It's only 50 seconds.
I started by singing. Like my first ever song was like a singing song.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I wasn't like Family Ties. I have to like learn how to do stats, and that flow that everybody kind of stole was like, you know what I'm saying? That was like a birth of me like learning. Like as I got better and better at music, I was just like learning how to rap.
What were like your biggest like influences when you were studying in that time?
Eminem, Kanye, Lil Uzi. And then XXXTentacion was like one of my biggest inspirations. Die For My Bitch was like inspired by him because And the fact of me being like, oh no, I don't have to be a singer or just a rapper. Like I can do both at a high level. But like XXXTentacion and like Lil Uzi Vert were like my two biggest like inspirations. And so like on Die For My Bitch, that's why you have songs like My Ex and like acoustic songs and things like that.
I love those type of songs.
Yeah, that's XXX inspiration. I started by singing. Like my first ever song was like a singing song.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I wasn't.
All right. And to this day, I think Family Ties is still some of his most interesting pockets of like how he was just following up bar after bar, and then like the ad libs and the beat him up, beat him up, beat him up. Like the way he the energy that he put into fucking his parts on Family Ties was, I don't know what that nigga ate that day, but I would be trying to find that meal every once in a while before I go to the studio. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fucking ingredients was. And that's even taking Kendrick out of the picture. Like he put on a hell of a performance on that record. You know what I mean? Kendrick, of course, came in and enhanced it and went crazy and went stupid. But he definitely held his own. But yeah, man, once again, that interview is over an hour long. The platform is called The Perfect Playlist with Elsie. Of course, featuring Baby Keem on there. Be sure to go check it out. Get, the full scoop. I'm gonna check it out later. But of course, it's only so much time in a day, and we gotta get to other things. You know what I mean? But let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good out there, man. Peace.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'll never politic and the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy cause consulting for the stacks I built. I had to